Hey everyone, Rolm here. Today I'm going to play some more Stardew Valley, and I wanted to give some tips and tricks that I picked up while playing the game. This is actually the second time I record this, because the first time I felt like I went a little bit too long-winded and decided to make notes instead that I'm going to be following through this. First of all, I want to just go through the basics with farming. You till the ground with the hoe, then you water it, and you place seeds. Pretty much. But you will want, for more advanced, you will want to actually plan ahead when it comes to seeds and such. Because, as you can see on this, it takes 6 days to mature. It takes 4 days, 6 days. For most of these, it's not a problem, but then you got like 10 days. Cauliflower has 14, no, I think that's 10 days. The cauliflower has 12 days. You'll want to plan ahead a lot. Because between seasons, crops die. So if you go from, you just planted cauliflowers, then summer comes, it dies. That's just how it is. So you'll have to plan ahead, or else you'll lose a ton of money. Secondly, scarecrows. It might be a little bit confusing reading it, but they work by lines. It goes 8 in every directions and sideways. Meaning crows cannot land inside here, which is good, seeing as crows will eat your crops. So, scarecrows, very important, or you will lose a ton of money. I mean, a ton of it. But, on the other hand, you got other things that can help you farm a lot more efficiently by not having you use up all your energy all the time. You have sprinklers. The sprinkler I have standing right here, as you see, it has watered everything around it. Is an advanced sprinkler, I think. No, quality sprinkler. 8 adjacent files, because this says, it has limited radius of about 8 tiles, meaning 8 in every direction. This, on the other hand, has adjacent tiles. In other words, just the tiles right around it. This one costs a lot, but it's 24. In other words, an entire 2 rows outside of the sprinkler. This can help you a lot when it comes to actually earning more money, because you can't actually, keep on doing this eternally, because you will run out of energy quickly. Like, I'm probably going to go down to like a third of my energy by just doing my crops. Although, when you get married, you might get lucky and your spouse will do the crops for you. Water them, and, well, you basically save a lot of time. But, as I said about the seasons will fuck you up real big if you don't plan ahead. Although, you might want something like strawberries, which I have just planted over this high quality fertilizer. Strawberries are really good, but you get them at like day 13, and you will basically maybe get 2 fruits out of them. Maybe. But it's still worth it, because what you get out of it is worth a lot more than the seeds. But the greenhouse, on the other hand, which you can get through bundles, finishing all the bundles in the community center, in here, we're doing all the pantry bundles. All I'm missing is quality, artisan, and animal at the moment. You'll get the greenhouse unlocked. I don't know where it is, but I'm guessing you build it yourself or something like that. Or maybe they give it to you as a gift. I don't know, I haven't gotten that far yet. But if you have that, you can actually grow all year round. And I'm guessing you'll be putting fertilizer in there as well, which means that I'll be talking about fertilizers next. Fertilizers are essential. I use basic fertilizer all the time on everything, because with fish you will have to actually go out and fish it, which you might get between, depending on your luck, you might get under 10, or you might get over 30, depending on luck and what bait and such you use and what your skill is. So I use basic fertilizer on everything, except in this case strawberries, because I want a lot of strawberries. I want a lot of them. And as you might be seeing my tool here is a copper watering can and a copper hoe, which will actually allow me to till and water in a 3 radius. It's not the best, it's just like level 2. Also, if you accidentally till, you can just use your pickaxe, remove it. And my tip here would actually be only upgrade your watering can and your hoe during winter. During winter you can't actually farm anyways, so upgrading them then will mean that you lose as little efficiency as possible. Because this is a game about losing this is a game about losing as little efficiency as possible whenever possible. Also, I actually think you might have a soft time limit, a soft cap on how long you can play. Because after 3, if you go over to your grandpa's gravestone, you will find out. I won't spoil it, but it will basically give you a hint on a time limit, possibly of sorts. I don't know if it is actually a time limit, it might be, probably not. But I haven't gotten that far yet, I'm only on the year 2. Also, you got let's talk about the flowers and the bees. Basically, you will want to have your bee cubes as close as fully grown flowers as possible. Because they will actually go and get honey from those flowers. And I already tried making just, seeds. Basically, the ones that are growing right now type of flowers. And if there's a difference, it is. If you only have it growing right now, you will only get wild honey, which is, I think, worth the least. But if you actually allow there to be flowers, you might get a honey like this. Tulip honey. Which is, I'm guessing, worth a bit more than wild. Also, when I've been talking about seasons and how everything dies between them, everything except a few plants. These are ancient plants. They will actually keep on growing from spring to fall, but die at winter, I'm pretty certain. But you also got the crop called corn, which is actually summer and fall. Meaning that they are pretty good. Also, let's talk about processing. Now, how do you want to sell all of your crops? Well, you probably don't want to sell the crops themselves. You might actually want to preserve and make, throw in the kegs. Unless if you have just a ton of it. Because the value of a crop, vegetables for example, if they're thrown into preservatives, is 50 golds and 50 gold plus 2 times vegetable value. And for wine, it's, that's actually both for vegetable and fruit in here. For wine, it's 3 times fruit value. So valuable. So much worth. But it's a little bit expensive to get going, but you will get so much money out of it that it's so worth it. Other than that, you also have the seed maker, which is a rather high... Actually, I think you might need to be about 9 or 8. 8 or 9 in level to actually be able to use it. It's so worthwhile. You can make your own seeds, even of ancient fruits, strawberries, stuff that you can't actually buy normally. They're very valuable, and I would recommend getting one when you can. You won't need more than one though, because when I throw it in there, it's very quick. Although you will want to actually just keep on throwing in so you have a surplus of seeds. Because when you're going to be planting, just sitting here waiting, while it isn't a very long time, you do not... Every moment you waste waiting is a moment you could have been used farming. Or cutting down trees, or doing anything else, or fishing. Also, some tips when it comes to fences and roads. Fences are useless, other than to keep your animals contained, but they always find their way home anyway, so who cares. And they don't seem to actually destroy a crop. You also don't destroy a crop by running on them, as you can see, I run on them all the time. So you will basically want to just use roads, because fences degrade for some reason. They're mostly just decoration, but they degrade. You know, the basic wooden fence can fall apart in between 2 days and maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, you will want to use roads for most, and use fences to keep your animals inside. You know, higher ranked better fence means that you get more, of course. That is basically the things I wanted to touch on when it comes to my tips and tricks when farming. Wow, this actually ended up almost as long as my long-winded one. I guess I just went more into detail this time, I hope. I hope I didn't just ramble a lot. But if you have any other tips and tricks on farming that, or you just disagree with mine, leave a comment in the comment section below, because I would love to be as good as I could when it comes to farming. Other than placement, this is not finalized. You know, this is just going to be what I always work on. This is not going to be there for long. I'm going to move it around sooner or later. As I said, leave a comment in the comment section below. If you found this helpful, yeah, let me know. I will make more, because if there's one thing I love about with my videos, it is if someone finds anything helpful or it helped them in any way. I love it. I love it when that happens. But that's it for farming, I think. Yeah, I think that's it for farming. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.